Pete, congratulations. I thought it was almost a game of two halves, really. I thought you were so dominant early on in that game.
Yeah, I thought for half an hour we were really good. And then I think maybe the incident on the touchline broke our momentum a little bit. And then the goal was a poor goal defensively again from us. But after that, I thought second half we huffed and puffed, but again we never looked really troubled. I'm sure it looked like that from the sideline, but I thought that when you go over the stats, Alex has had the goal on one shot on target. That's all they've had in the whole game. So although it was probably a bit more frantic second half and wasn't quite as fluent second half, I thought we controlled the game and sort of dealt with what was thrown at us pretty well.
You've been saying for so long you want tempo, plenty of tempo in games. First half hour or so, you certainly got that.
First half hour, we were brilliant. Like we were second half on Saturday, like we were second half against Taunton. And like I said, the demand of the players now is to can we do that over longer periods. Like I said, I think the incident sort of broke our momentum a little bit. But like I said, just to the players then, and that gave them their tails up. Then they got their goal, which again gives them a little bit of lift. And again, they're a good side. So it's not, you can't always have your own way for 90 minutes. But that's what we're trying to do. And obviously they made it difficult with the way they played. And like I said, we couldn't quite get our fluency going second half. But we saw we'd done enough to get the result.
I'm not doing an Arsene Wenger here, but I generally did not see the incident in the touchline because obviously the roof of the dugouts were massive from it. What happened?
It's just usual things. I think the intensity of the game and the type of game that it was. I think something was said. I reacted to it in the wrong manner, and there was a little bit of handbag stuff. But I've apologised to the fella in the dugout, and what he said I'm sure was wrong, as he's apologised to me, and I've apologised to him, and we've all walked away and shaken hands, and they'll come for a beer in the office in a minute. And it's just one of them things. In the heat of the moment, you react. My reaction was wrong. I need to set better standards than that. That's what I asked for the players, and I'll make sure I contribute to the fine pot for the players tomorrow.
And nobody was sent to the stand. There was no going on.
No. I think it was difficult for the people to actually get the grips on what was actually happening because it happened so fast, but it was over so fast as well. So, like I said, not something we want to talk about because I thought the game was a fairly decent spectacle against two teams, two contrasting styles of play, and so it was always going to be a game of nutrition, if you like. And we came out on top, and I thought we deserved to come out on top.
I thought you got a lot of good purchase down the right-hand side. Jim Yates always likes to get forward. Of course, Tris Plummer as well had his moments down the right-hand side.
I thought our right side was strong. Our left side was indifferent at times. But like I said, they've worked. I think Tiverton's threat was mainly coming down the right side with the right wing back pushing on and good in the air, and the right winger was very good as well. So I think our left side was probably more trying to contain that area of the pitch, while the right side went and ran and caused mayhem on the other side of the pitch. So, but yeah, both sides of the pitch have done well again today. Obviously, when you go forward, everyone wants to see the attacking style, and Jimmy flying on down the right wing with Tristan as well, and it's a great combination. But I thought the other two on this side did just as well, but their job was a little bit different today.
Results elsewhere have dropped for you as well, really. Each of them dropped points again today?
I don't know the results yet. We've obviously just come straight up here and walked up 1,000 steps for you guys.
Your generosity knows
No, I know that. The players won't agree with that, but they will do when I put my fine in the pot anyway. But listen, it's been we just got to keep something on us, as we said every time, game by game, week by week. Just take care of what we're doing. And like I said, although today, probably wasn't a great spectacle to watch, I think it showed the type of character of the players we've got here, and I thought they were excellent again today. And like I said, in not a game after the half an hour mark where it wasn't free flowing and loads of great football, but in spells we made some great passes, we created some good chances second half, but we had to combat a really difficult system and a difficult way of playing against, and I thought we did that fantastically well. And like I said, that's all you can ask of the players, is keep doing what they're doing.
A word about Pablo Haitian's goal as well, because it was a very decent strike.
It was a great strike, and there we go. I spoke about 2 weeks ago about John and about him coming off, and I've spoke to him in the week and spoke to people in the week about him and adding things to his game. And if he hadn't have put pressure on that centre half and got himself in the way, which he tends not to do sometimes, but he did it today, we get a knockdown and Pablo volleys it in. So like I said, Mills has had a great input in the game today, but it was a fantastic finish. But Pablo's done that numerous times over the last sort of 12 months, 14 months he's been with us.
Last one of all, I'm not saying you should have done. I just wondered if it crossed your mind whether or not to substitute Pablo. Also, he'd been booked and he went in on one challenge not long afterwards, and I looked at the referee and thought, oh no, he could produce a second one here. Yeah. He didn't. I just wondered if it crossed your mind at that stage that maybe in the interest of not getting him suspended again.
Yeah, it did. I mean, again, he looked at me and I said, are you okay? And he said, yeah. Then he looked at me and waved his hand like they do these foreign boys with their cards, waved the imaginary card. And I said, look, you just got to play sensibly and use your head, and these boys need to do that. There's a lot of there's a lot of young players here, and there's a lot of players here who for me need to learn the game better, and the game management needs to be better. And if Pablo's been booked, he's got to learn to play on a booking. He needs to be sensible enough to play and not put himself in a position where he could pick another one up. You can do that. Players do that all across the country every weekend, and he needs to do that. And but it did cross our minds. We did talk a couple of times about changing it, but Tristan gave us his usual 75, 85 minutes and that, and he was flagging, but he does put an awful lot in, and like I said, hopefully we can get him up to speed soon and get more 90 minutes out of him.
Pete, well done today, many thanks for your time.
No problem.